It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Phoenix Suns going up against the Wizards in Washington. Well, for Washington, they're sitting at 500 over the last 10 games, kind of treading water. They'd really like to make a splash over the next few games. So we're right around halfway through the season. Shaq, a lot of trade discussions happening. What are your keys to making a great deal?
Well, it depends on your goal. You want to win now? You want to win later? A combination of both? Does your analysis ever make changes out of emotion?
Well, acquiring players that fit your system, you have to have a system first. That's the key. And if your trade looks too good to be true, it probably is.
I meant to say, do your analysis, never make changes out of emotion.
Okay.
See, I was emotional when I was talking about it.
Well, I heard you.
I
I understood it. I understood
All right.
it.
You did?
Not really, but.
Me either. And now with the tip-off coming up shortly, it's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
"2K Sports" checks in with our loyal viewers with the broadcast from Washington, the home of the Wizards. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. Last outing for Phoenix, the loss to the Celtics. And that does your confidence guys no favor. They got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
And simply put, they couldn't score. They never got completely in sync in that one.
This is when you look at the opposition and give them some credit with their defensive effort, just a higher level of energy and focus. They were disruptive.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, John Wall was the #1 overall pick in 2010, but he still thinks he's got a lot left to prove. Now, a bone spur in his knee held him back for several years. He's gotten the surgery now, and he says some people get their success early. Some get theirs late. I feel like my time is just beginning. Kevin?
Certainly one to watch, David. Thanks. Here at the midway point, what we begin to realize now, there were some underrated pickups in the offseason that are showing what they can do.
Yeah, these are the kind of moves where at the end of the year you start thinking about candidates for executive of the year because they've plugged some holes. They've had an acquisition that's made their bench deeper, and we start to see in an 82-game season that maybe in the 55th to 57th game, a pickup like that is helping them win ball games. This is where those guys earn their money, the general manager.
Not wholesale changes. Just one guy can change a team slightly, and that nuance pays off.
Oh, anything subtle like that, that's where really you tip your hat to the general managers who understood that at some point during the year, we're going to lean on this player.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. On the perimeter, it's Booker and Jackson. Trevor Ariza out there with Chandler. Now here's Wall. To the left wing, Oubre, and good, coming off the assist by Wall. Oubre's got his first 3 points of the game.
A somewhat sporadic three-point shooter, but he's able to knock that one down.
Pass to Ariza. Okobo. Second shot opportunity. Outside for Jackson. Pass to Ariza. Just 5 to shoot. Booker outside. Misses the three.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
Passes it to Wall. Back to Beal. Nice ball movement by Washington. Launches a three. Offensive rebound. And Jackson with the block.
How about Jackson getting up and spiking that one away?
Booker against Beal. Fires from 14. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
To the paint. Morris kicks to Oubre. Back to Morris. From the left block. The shot's good. Morris has got his first bucket of the night. Phoenix has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Jackson up top, covered by Oubre. Here's Ariza. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Such an accurate shooter off the pass. Ariza, a quick thinker who knows he can score in those situations.
Now here's Wall. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. Morris, no good. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, Ariza finds Booker. So they take the lead. Booker's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, Booker playing very aggressive, constantly looking to score and not taking no for an answer.
Ball's knocked loose, and it's out of bounds to the Wizards as Washington retains possession. Booker against Beal. Over Booker.
Good show of strength and confidence from Devin Booker that time. I like to see him active on the defensive end.
Ariza no luck. And so it's Beal who brings the ball up for Washington. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Howard, the pass to Wall. It's Morris atop the key. Shot clock at 6. Shot from the wing. Beal can't get it to go.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Outside Jackson. Ariza outside. The shot. Rebound, Washington.
He just can't find the bottom of the net right now. He's looking frustrated. This quarter has been a bit of a nightmare for him.
And Wall kicks to Beal. Now the pass to Wall. Fires the three. Kept alive by Washington. And the slam dunk by Wall.
And he's got one heck of a burst on his way to the bucket. Wall is at his best when he's driving the lane, going from 0 to 60 in an instant.
What's the saying? If you're going to lose big. A lot of teams adopting that strategy again last season, the final year before the lottery odds are going through some new machinations and a bit of a change. The Suns, though, they kind of took the cake last year and ended up with the #1 pick.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And the Suns, all those draft picks, bringing in some help, and Brent, they needed it.
Yeah, they're going to need that help quickly in order to compete, but with a new coach and a new language down there, it's going to be interesting how much both the front office, the coaching staff, and these players latch on to a new path for the Suns to get themselves competitive as quickly as possible.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Woo shots.
That free throw good for Morris. And Markieff Morris out of Kansas, a spread 4, as they say.
And able to stripe it from anywhere on the floor. A good secondary scorer who can also create his own shot on the block at times.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Such a big bonus to have a big guy that can step up to the free throw line and knock down shots. So many guys struggle from there.
Dishes to Booker. Out to the right wing. Okobo, covered by Wall. Booker outside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Bradley Beal picks one up.
Chandler has some experience, but still can be very impactful on the defensive end of the floor.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
And he makes the first.
The second overall pick in 2001, Tyson Chandler, again, started his career with the Bulls, where he and Eddie Curry were supposed to be a new version of the Twin Towers. That never quite worked out, and Chandler had 3 different coaches there in Chicago in his first stint.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Looking at Chandler's evolution, Brent, things really started to change in New Orleans.
Well, he averaged over 12 rebounds a game there in his first season under Coach Byron Scott, and then a few years later anchored that Dallas defense during their championship run with Dirk Nowitzki playing out of his mind. But there's still a lot of talk from Tyson Chandler about the mentors that he had early on. Guys like Charles Oakley, Scottie Pippen, Antonio Davis. Those guys really helped him to stay on course as a young player coming into the league.
Two shots.
And that one falls for Wall.
Well, John Wall, Derrick Rose, and Russell Westbrook came into the league around the same time. All of them in the conversation for most athletic big point guard in league history. Of the 3, I think John Wall, the most prolific playmaker, always looking to create for his teammates.
He doesn't get the second one. And John Wall is such a multifaceted game, it almost feels wrong to call him a pure point guard. But that's what he is, isn't he? Just loves to set up his teammates.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And he can score at a high level, but it helps him as a playmaker. Guys thrive playing alongside him because he commands so much attention.
And Washington has possession. The Suns getting the bucket. It's tipped, and he gets it back. And there's the call on Chandler. That's his first foul. Here's Wall. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over 25 points a game. Pass to Ariza. Booker against Beal. Puts up a 3. No good from Booker.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
The kick out to Wall. Back to Morris. 4 on the shot clock. Pass to Oubre. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You look at the Bucks. And not a surprise, really, to see them sitting there in that #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And, of course, the Wizards, 8.5 games behind them.
And seeing where Washington is, they've basically lived up to the expectations so far this season. And that's not really good news for their fan base because those expectations only had them on the brink of the playoffs.
Unfortunately, those expectations were right on the money. They just weren't ready to join that elite group of teams at the top of this league. And they're still in the playoff picture, and we all know anything can happen in the postseason. Yeah, just misjudged the layup. Defense has to be better. Very fortunate there.
Here's Rivers. That shot, no good. Now the Suns take it the other way. Ariza finds Booker. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession. Well, you got to help out the team whenever you can, and this group of shooting guards have helped out on the glass for their respective teams this year. Devin Booker, #1.
And a 2-guard who's as prolific a rebounder as he is a rare breed in the NBA. You usually don't expect it from an off guard, but he's a big contributor on the glass.
A lot of big guys in the league that don't like to get touched up like he does at that 2 spot, so he gets in there, he bangs with the best of them, and then he competes for those rebounds.
Now here's Rivers. 9-point game his last outing. Washington needs to get a shot off here. Beal gets a wide open look. A 3-pointer is right on target. And the Wizards lead by 2.
And this is what it's all about, guys. The competitive spirit, the energy that we're seeing. This one's got the feeling like it's going to go down to the wire.
And if it does, as evenly as these two teams have played here, it's anyone's guess who's going to come out on top.
Booker the pass to Ariza. And the foul called on Markieff Morris. That's his first foul. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Mahimi's checked in for Howard. Luke Babbitt comes in for Markieff Morris. Jeff Green is checked in for Bradley Beal. And Satoransky is subbed in for John Wall. And for the Suns, Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for Chandler. And Daniels subbed in for Trevor Ariza. Now here's Anderson. He's been quiet so far, still no points in the game. In the corner, it's Bridges. Nope, not that time. Nothing for 2 from the field. Bridges against Rivers. Passes it to Satoransky. Green inside the three-point line. Rebound by the Suns.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now, here's Satoransky. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. The jump hook. It's Rivers on the wing. Guarded by Holmes. A nice shot by Rivers.
That's what you get with a bigger guard, a guy that can carve out a little bit more space, and Rivers does a good job that time.
Here is Daniels, guarded by Green. It's good. Daniels has got his second bucket of the night.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
And this is sort of the joust of the NBA where the aggressive player, more often than not, wins out.
Now, here's Mahimi. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. There's the pass to Rivers. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Austin Rivers, the 10th overall pick in 2010. Things didn't work out in New Orleans and found a home in LA with the Clippers, playing for his father, and now a member of the Washington Wizards as somebody who can come in and give him some backup scoring potential.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And the first one drops. Well, Brent, Austin Rivers, the first ever NBA player coached by his father. Have you ever sensed any tension with that relationship?
I don't think I sensed any tension, but I'm sure it was awkward for the time that Austin was in LA with the Clippers for some of the teammates around, and then Austin signing a lengthy extension. It made a lot of people raise an eyebrow, but his game has developed. He's gotten better as a pro. And now he's going to have an impact for this Washington Wizards team this season where they're going to need some help, and that's scoring punch off the bench.
Now, here's Holmes. Here's Booker. Up again. Satoransky grabs the miss. And so Satoransky will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. Here's Mahimi. The shot's good on the assist by Satoransky. And the Wizards lead by 4.
You know, we talk so much about accurate shooting. Sometimes accurate passing can lead to great shooting. You saw it there.
Nice ball movement by Phoenix. And Booker kicks to Anderson. A 3-ball. Sinks the three-pointer. Anderson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Well, Ryan Anderson is simply one of the better stretch fours we have in the game.
Satoransky, the pass to Rivers. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. On the wing, Booker from 20 feet out. That's a bucket. His third of the game. He shot the ball 7 times.
Booker shooting the ball immediately off the pass. Defense, really no chance.
Satoransky against Booker.
little over-aggressive. He's got to dial it back if he wants to stay on the floor. 2 fouls in the first. Tough to overcome.
For Washington, they have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Mahinmi. Mahinmi hits them both.
You just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
And Booker kicks to Daniels. Pass to Bridges. Holmes with it. Near the three-point line, it's Booker. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Booker against Satoransky. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Well, maybe not a true point guard, but Austin Rivers is becoming more cognizant of keeping his teammates involved in the action.
1 shot, gentlemen.
Free throw good, Satoransky. 34 seconds left in the first quarter. Booker finds Holmes. Now Bridges, guarded by Mahinmi, stolen by Rivers. Oh, and here comes Rivers all alone. And finished off by Rivers.
Like that he gets out and runs that time. That's well within the wheelhouse of Austin Rivers, finishing on the break.
Booker against Satoransky. Booker looking around. Will it go? Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Booker's got 8.
And I think Booker's motivated tonight here. He's starting to play very aggressively. I want to see him more in there on the offensive glass.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Wizards lead by 4. We'll be back shortly, live from Washington. The Wizards' John Wall talks about how important it is to play well at home.
I think we all understand you have to be a good home team if you want to be in the playoffs and be able to take care of home court advantage. But our fans have been amazing. Our fans that came out have been great for us. But I think just locking in and understanding you got to be able to win at home before you can win on the road.
Taking care of business at home, Greg, is where it all starts.
Yeah, to be a playoff team, you've got to own it and then try to steal your share on the road.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
Just very aggressive on the offensive side of the ball, attacking the rim in this first quarter. A lot of trips to the free throw line.
Yeah, fans always have in the back of the mind the idea of those hometown calls, but the truth is the aggressiveness is paying off.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for Washington, Luke Babbitt is out there with Green. Then there's Thomas Satoransky. And it's Rivers, and it's Mahinmi in at the center position. And he makes the first. With today's superstars often joining forces, Brent, we hear some retired legends saying they wanted to beat their rivals, not join their rivals. What do you think?
I saw a lot of joining going on from some of the guys who make those comments, Kevin. So that sort of stuff just eludes me as to where it's coming from. This league has always been dominated by teams that have at least two, if not three, upper echelon
Superstar
players.
players.
Superstar
Yes.
players that end up winning titles. So it's happening now. It happened then. It will continue to happen.
Pass to Rivers. Takes it from 10. Mahimi's shot is good. Mahimi's got 6 points.
That's good passing down low. He's good at working the ball deep into the post.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Bradley Beal became a first-time All-Star in 2018, but he knows the next step is becoming a better leader. He said, "Sometimes I can be nonchalant, locked into myself and not saying anything. It's just my personality, and as a leader, you can't be that way. You have to encourage your teammates and don't be afraid to say things. Don't be afraid to be a leader." Kevin?
Good story, D.A. Thank you. Down low, Satoransky gets the bucket. Now it's a 6-point Wizards lead.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Okobo hits it from 3-point range. 5 points in the game.
Against length, he does a nice job of creating just enough separation.
Well, 10,000 hours of practice at work here, blocking out all distractions and just shooting your shot.
And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here.
Here's a look at some stats for Holmes. How last month turned out for him? He's averaging 3 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And every team needs a good backup big to spell the starters, and that's what he brings to the table.
The role consists of rebounding, setting screens, protecting the rim. Anything else he gives you is found change in the couch.
Oubre dishes to Rivers. There's the triple. It's hauled in by the Suns. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Wizards team.
Yeah, two clubs that rarely face off, East versus West. This is going to be a nice treat for the fans.
Well, kicking off this 2-game season series, I expect a lot of feeling out by both teams and the coaching staff, and then a number of subsequent adjustments in this one.
Kicks it to Mahimi, passes it to Oubre. Now the dish to Green.
And you can't afford to be that careless. They need him out there on the floor, so he has to avoid fouling again in this period.
Washington making some changes. Markieff Morris comes in for Green, and John Wall subbed in for Satoransky. Trevor Ariza's checked in for the Suns. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Outside, Wall. 5 on the clock. And again, Washington no good. Suns trail by 3. Okobo, a good finish at the rack off the slick feed. He's got 7.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
All with it, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And Greg, last season there were some signs that maybe some of his teammates didn't like playing with John Wall. Why would they say that?
You know, Wall sits almost every season in the top 3 in assists. Not a stat you associate with selfishness. Sometimes it's really about personalities.
Two shots.
That one is off.
And Wall has said he wants to be in the MVP conversation moving forward. A terrific floor general with unreal athleticism.
Dwight Howard's checked in for Washington. Beal comes in for Rivers. And a change for the Suns. Chandler's checked in. Good on the second free throw. Here is Daniels. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Celtics in Boston. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Kelly Oubre. The Suns shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
First free throw is good. Let's talk about team defense, Brent. To develop trust, it seems like guys have got to communicate on the floor.
I talk to my friends often who ask me about playing an NBA game and playing defense. They first start with saying that I didn't play any, but the second
wrong.
The second
They
thing that
are
we
wrong.
get, but the second thing we get to, Kevin, is talking about really how intricate good defenses can be. You talk about communication, that's one thing, but throughout the course of the season, you build so much sweat equity on defense and trust by knowing that somebody's going to be behind you, hearing that voice consistently, but positions on the floor where you almost develop play sets as a defensive team. Now, when you reach that level, that's the upper echelon, but that's when it really gets fun to be down on that end, to shut a team down, to keep a crowd quiet. Defense always begins with great communication.
So many things, rotations and playing angles. And having the guy in back, you know what you can do well, what you can't do well if you're ahead of him.
Well, that, Kevin, and also great teams who are adaptable to make changes on the fly. All of a sudden, a dead ball, coach calls out a different coverage. You want to mess up the team's rhythm on the other end, and five guys, they snap to it and can carry out that defensive assignment in one play call. That's great defense.
Okobo, he's guarded by Howard. Ariza has the open look. Another three for Phoenix.
And three-pointers constituting the majority of Ariza's shot attempts in recent years. He won't hesitate.
Ariza against Wall. Out left to the wing. Nice ball movement by Washington. In the corner, it's Morris. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Beal. Rebounded by Jackson. The Suns have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Down low. Back to Daniels. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Oubre kicks the Wall. He dishes it to Beal. To the paint. It's stolen by Ariza. Shot clock at 5. Fires the 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Ariza's got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
From deep, Wall. And again, Washington, no good.
And another miss. Whew, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Dishes it to Chandler. Now Ariza. He's got 8. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
How about that? Tyson Chandler with some muscle on display. He's skinny, but the strength to power through that time.
He's made 1 and missed 1 so far in the game.
One shot, behind the lanes.
And that one misses.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Here's Howard. And just miss after miss right now. Suns leading by 5. Ariza goes in. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. 10 points for Trevor Ariza.
And doing their best to maximize possessions, just staying focused with this lead.
Well, it isn't much, but they've been able to capture some of the momentum of this game and increase their advantage.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
And Josh Jackson, the 4th pick in that 2017 draft out of Kansas, a hyper-athletic 6'8", and he's got the handles, I think, to become a terrific slasher in the league.
Chandler with the steal. Okobo covered by Wall. There's the pass to Daniels. Inside, Ariza finds Chandler. Sweet little floater. Chandler's got 4 points in the quarter. And Jackson plays with a great motor. He's got some grit in his game.
I mean, he's a competitor. I mean, plays with that chip on both shoulders. But give me a guy who cares. As a coach, better to have guys you need to rein in rather than those you have to kind of force to be aggressive. And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Okobo covered by Oubre. Rebounded by Howard.
It is so tough to make those kind of shots with the defense draped all over you.
Pass to Oubre. He kicks it to Beal. Clock at 6. Over Ariza. Good D by Ariza.
This just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. And they got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
And Jackson throws it down hard.
Like to see that play set up. Got to have two guys on the same page, and Josh Jackson finishes it off with an exclamation point.
And he gets it to go. Beal's got 9 points.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Pass to Chandler. Okobo covered by Wall. Jackson from long range. And the rebound goes to Howard. Wizards trail by 7. Back to Wall. Morris outside. Passes it to Howard. Outside, Wall kicks it to Morris. Over Ariza. Howard trying to free himself up. And it's off the back rim. No good. Okobo covered by Wall. Doubled by Oubre. And that's a foul called on Kelly Oubre. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his 3rd foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Luke Babbitt, he's checked in for Morris. And Satoransky's subbed in for Kelly Oubre. On defense, the Wizards. Bridges shot. Good.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Beal, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Bradley Beal earning that first All-Star nod in 2018, a top 20 scorer. He can hurt you from just about anywhere on the court.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And that one falls for Beal. And Beal just turned 25. Have we seen his best, or do you think he can take his game to even another level?
I think the key is going to be him staying healthy. Injuries have kind of plagued him early in his career. With health, he'll be able to refine his game and fortify his defense and expand that offensive repertoire.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Phoenix leading by 7. Bridges passes to Booker. Rebound by the Wizards. Howard's got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the inside. Here's Beal. It's tipped, but he recovers it. The pass to Satoransky to the left side wing. Babbitt kicks to Beal. It's stolen by Ariza. Inside. Here's Bridges, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And now, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Washington Wizards. On Sunday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Indiana, going up against the Pacers. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Detroit Pistons.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
First free throw is good. Washington making some changes. Mahimi's checked in for Howard, and it's Green in for Bradley Beal. Both free throws good from Bridges.
He talks so much about rhythm from the field. How about a rhythm from the free throw line? That looks good.
Booker against Satoransky. The dish to Green. Here's the floater, and the layup is up and in.
And you really can't forget about Green's speed. So effective on the drive.
Booker outside. Count it. Booker's got the lead up to 9 now for Phoenix.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Jeff Green on the wing. Now, here's Mahimi, guarded by Holmes. It's stolen by Ariza. Lets it fly from 18. Rebound, Washington. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
You know, they're the visiting team. It's a loud arena, very distracting at times, but simply no excuse for missing a ton of free throws.
Yeah, it just looked like, and I'm not sure if you guys saw this, but just never comfortable in this game. And the line certainly is one of those places where that could show up.
The Suns have shot 67% from the line, going 6 of 9. That free throw, no good. Bradley Beal's checked in for Luke Babbitt. And he sinks the second. 54 seconds left to play here in the half. Satoransky against Booker. And Satoransky kicks to Beal. Good on the triple. Beal's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
This is the kind of guy that you wake up in a cold sweat the night before you play him. Just a matchup nightmare. Tricky, confident, and he takes on all comers.
Pass to Holmes. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. Holmes got 5.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they've really started to get it closer to the basket.
And Satoransky kicks to Beal. Shot from the wing. Again, the Wizards good for 2.
This is a guy whose mindset just never changes. Even when they're losing, he's always going to be aggressive.
Satoransky against Booker. Holmes. Rebound, Washington.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And so it's Phoenix heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Tyson. How have you controlled the tempo in the game in the first half?
I think the way we came out defensively, we locked into their sets. We're taking them out of what they want to accomplish. Because of that, we're able to make some shots on the other end.
Tyson, thanks. We'll see you in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Diesel and the Jet. Welcome to the halftime show on 2K Sports. For the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. The game was always within a fairly narrow margin, with their largest deficit of the period being 6. They were a finely tuned unit in the second quarter, easily outscoring their counterparts and getting in front by 7 points at the end of the half. Let's hear from you, Shaq, on the Suns.
Well, they really dictated the pace of the game with their transition game. They got out on the break every chance they had, and the time they could push the tempo, they did. And a lot of times it kept the defense scrambling like eggs with the cheese and apple juice.
Kenny, what's your take on Washington so far?
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
The dome of the U.S. Capitol building looking absolutely grand as we make our return to Washington, D.C. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, one half to go. Bradley Beal having a dominant impact in this group.
And let's see what the defense counters with to try and control him here in the second half.
Well, he has been dominant as we expected coming into this one. Skilled and relentless.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Wizards trail by 7. Setting the floor for the Suns. Okobo and Booker are their backcourt. Chandler out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's Jackson in at the 3 spot. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Clearly a foul.
At the line for your Wizards, Bradley Beal. Taking 2 shots.
Free throw good. Beal.
Yeah, Suns coach Igor Kokoskov, the NBA's first ever head coach, born and raised outside of North America. He will not be the last, but a great opportunity for Phoenix as this guy's paid his dues. 18 years as an NBA assistant, including 5 early years in Phoenix.
And both free throws good for Beal. And Kokoskov, a pioneer, the first D1 college assistant coach out of Europe, also the first in that role in the NBA.
Yeah, in the NBA, he reached the conference finals 7 times and the finals twice, so he's seen what it takes and what type of competitive environment it is when you reach those elite levels. And in 2004 was on the staff for the Detroit Pistons when they won the NBA title against the Lakers. So been around a lot of winning.
Howard, the pass to Oubre. He kicks it to Wall. The teardrop falls in. Wall's got 6.
And in the post, Wall's got a pretty well-developed game for a point guard. He can navigate his way through the big bodies with very few problems.
Booker against Wall. Unloads. And it's good off the back rim and in. And 12 points for Devin Booker.
Booker has a bit of that Klay Thompson in him. It feels like when he gets going like this, he can be very, very dangerous.
The kick out to Wall. That shot off. Now the Suns take it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. Beal with the steal. Here's Oubre. It counts, and the foul. It's on Tyson Chandler.
A Oh, nice feed from Wall, paving the way for that bucket. That's always his first thought. Find the best shot possible on every trip, whether he has to take it himself or create for a teammate.
Free throw, good, Oubre.
You know, Kelly Oubre is an X factor for the Wizards. Last season, stepping into the six-man role. Still very young. He could help take them to the next level.
Chandler dishes to Ariza. And there's the call on Howard. That is his first foul of the game. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Ariza against Morris. Just 5 to shoot. Ariza no luck. And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for Washington. Trailing by 4 to the paint. And it's Wall. That time the assist from Beal. Wall's got 4 points in the quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Ariza outside. On the wing, Booker, covered by Wall. Pulls it up. And another field goal in his total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
Booker focused on scoring right there. Even under duress, Booker finding a way to sink a very tough shot.
Washington calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
To the middle. Dishes it to Chandler. Jackson kicks to Ariza. It's deflected. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And how is the West shaping up, guys? Well, let's take a moment here to check it out now that the mid-season grind is well underway. You take a look at the Warriors. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And, of course, the Suns, 7 games back.
Well, right now for the Suns, this isn't the spot that too many people thought they'd be in this far into the season. They've really turned some heads with their play.
Some people out there still thinking they're going to fade as the season goes on, but I'm on the other side of this argument. I think they get even better as we go down the stretch.
Here's Morris. It's deflected. Morris against Ariza. Howard with the steal. Oubre passes to Wall. And it's slammed in by Howard.
Well, that's when you love to see the strength of Dwight Howard marching through the defense and just ripping away the second chance opportunity for an easy score.
To the paint, Okobo, and he slams it one-handed.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
And not many players at that position, as explosive as he is in a close game, just rose up to the challenge.
Ariza, good, and a nice assist from Booker. Booker's got 3 assists in the game.
He's been on his A game, sinking good shots, and he's a huge reason why tonight they're winning.
From deep, Wall, and the 3 ball is good. Wall's got 11 points.
Well, the defense very attentive to him in the first quarter, but he's finally gotten loose in the second and making them pay.
Down low, and the dunk by Booker.
Well, Booker, as a guard, is still 6'6" and can get up like that.
Wizards trail by 5. And Wall kicks to Oubre. He's looking for Howard and finds him. Hammers the alley-oop through.
I think that's Dwight Howard's favorite play. He loves going up for the oop. Outstanding chemistry between him and his teammate there.
And that was an Unleashed Chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Ariza goes in. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Trevor Ariza, such a steady veteran.
I mean, just long, a versatile defender, can also knock down the triple. When you look at how far he's come since he entered the league as really just a raw athlete, it's a credit to his work ethic, no doubt about it. He has mastered his role.
2 shots.
And the first one drops. Austin Rivers, he's checked in for Washington. And Phoenix also making a switch. Daniels is checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Wizards trail by 5. Rivers kicks to Morris. Baseline jumper. It's hauled in by the Suns. They've led by as much as 10. On the wing, Daniels pulls it up. But he gets it back. Ariza outside. From outside the arc. Add basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
And I like the way Ariza is asserting himself offensively.
Wall looking for an opening. Beal against Jackson. Here's Morris, 6 to shoot, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Guys, he can get this shot anytime he wants.
Yeah, you bet. With his height, not many defenders are going to challenge that mid-range jump shot.
In the corner, Daniels. The feed to Ariza. And here's Booker from the arc. And it's Rivers with the rebound. Wizards trail by 6. Pass to Wall. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Jackson against Beal. Jackson finds Chandler. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Ariza up top. 17 points in the game. There's Jackson with the 3. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 5 rebounds tonight. Passes it to Wall. Over Booker. Wall's shot is off. Suns leading by 6. Ariza dishes to Booker. That one goes in. Booker's got 18 points.
And if Booker has the defense on him inside, he can still deliver. He doesn't let that get to him.
And Wall kicks to Beal. The Wizards with another miss.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
The pass to Booker. Chandler outside. Jackson looking it over. Shot on the wing. And the shot no good, a bit short. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for Washington. 8-point game. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. And Austin Rivers out of Duke, an elusive 6'4" combo guard.
I mean, a great handle, and he's found most of his offensive success with this development as a long-range shooter. It's gotten to the point now where you want him to put it on the deck.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Mahimi's checked in for Howard. Green comes in for Morris, and Satoransky's subbed in for John Wall.
He's just an aggressive player. I mean, what can I say? He's going to put on more muscle, but he's in attack mode, and he's scoring through contact.
And Satoransky kicks to Beal. Let's go. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Booker. To the inside. It's tipped, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rivers.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Booker. Averaging about 32 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. And he's a threat to go off in any game from anywhere.
I love it when guys tap back into that gift. All these guys at some point were that kind of player in their career. Fun to see it show up here.
And here are the Suns now. Clock at 6. A 3 from Anderson.
And Green's defense, very important to this team's success. The way he gets up in the face of whoever he's guarding, it becomes infectious to the rest of his guys.
Beal against Jackson. Back to Satoransky. Kicks to Rivers. There's Beal with the 3. No good. Shot missing. Now the Suns take it the other way. Down low. Here's Bridges. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 3rd assist on the night. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And there's the call on Devin Booker. That's foul number 2 for him. So it's Washington now, trailing by 10. Anderson against Green. 6 to shoot. Back to Beal for 3.
I like to see Josh Jackson just take a lot of pride on the defensive end of the court. He can make a lot of things happen down there. Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Pass to Booker. Jackson kicks to Anderson. Pulls up on the wing. Holmes controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Outside, Beal. Trying to get something going. It's hauled in by the Suns. Booker's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Man, if he's missing those kind of good looks, his team is in some serious trouble.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Wizards trail by 14. There's 47 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Chalk up 2 there.
Phenomenal use of the body there to free himself up from the defender and get a clean look at the basket.
Bridges passes to Booker. To the paint. It's deflected. It's stolen by Mahimi. The Wizards working the ball around now. Here's Green. That misses off the backboard.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Such astounding shooting right now from him. He is untouchable from the perimeter. What a performance.
Booker against Satoransky. He kicks it to Rivers. Over Bridges. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for Phoenix. Setting up teammates and getting buckets. He is looking as determined as ever. And we'll be back with you shortly. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Suns leading by 15. Green is out there with Mahimi. Then there's Austin Rivers. Then there's Thomas Satoransky. And it's Oubre in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. 5 on the clock. Here's Booker. Rebound, Washington. And here's Rivers. Pass to Satoransky. And there's the foul. It goes on Ryan Anderson. That's his first foul. Washington with the ball. 15-point game. That one goes in. Green's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Washington. The Suns shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. The pass to Anderson. Now here's Holmes. Guarded by Green. There's the three. Here's Bridges. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. And the Suns lead by 15. And so Satoransky will bring it up for Washington. Jeff Green on the wing. Pass to Mahimi. And there's the foul. It goes on Ryan Anderson. That'll be his second foul of the game. And so it's Washington with it. In the corner, it's Oubre. His three-pointers off the mark.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Booker against Satoransky. And Booker kicks to Bridges. 6 on the shot clock. Okobo makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Oubre. Bridges with the board. Suns leading by 17. Feeds it to Booker. And the dunk by Booker.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And then there's the other team. Can't say that about them. Big gap in the recent field goal percentage between these two squads.
Rivers with it. Now guarded by Booker. Rivers passes to Satoransky. Here's Oubre. They get it back. A second chance effort. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. Markieff Morris is checked in for the Wizards. John Wall comes in for Satoransky.
Shooting one.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Phoenix leading by 16. Anderson outside to the paint. They get a hand on it, and it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. And Washington making a change here. Howard's checked in. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
For Washington, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Rivers with it. Now guarded by Booker. Rivers looking over the floor. Here's Howard. And again, Washington no good. For Phoenix, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Pass to Holmes. Rivers against Booker. Poked away. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Wall. Oh!
Yikes!
Wow.
And always a bonus to have a point guard who can dunk the basketball. Wall has great initiative when it comes to rising up and throwing it down.
Holmes kicks to Bridges. Passes it to Booker. Knocked loose. Shot clock at 6. A nice shot by Anderson.
Well, Anderson showing some smooth, soft touch on the interior there.
Outside, Wall. Now the pass to Morris. The fadeaway, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
He didn't need to fade back. No one in his face, but he buried it anyway.
Booker outside. Anderson kicks to Bridges. Okobo covered by Oubre. Okobo. Another one falls for Phoenix. Wizards trail by 16. Morris outside. Pass to Howard. And he banks in the layup.
A soft touch there from Dwight, gifted at measuring those interior shots.
And Booker kicks to Bridges. Okobo, he's guarded by Rivers. Beyond the arc, a nice shot by Anderson. And the Suns lead by 17.
And when you're down this many points, hard to justify leaving a good shooter that wide open.
Truer words never spoken. Breakdown on the perimeter D, and the communication severely lacking there.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for the Suns. Reza comes in for Bridges. And Washington has possession. Here's Morris. Offensive rebound. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Morris has got 4 this quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range. They're doing well overall, but the turnovers have been the exception.
And Wall slams it home.
And how about John Wall? Just outstanding at sprinting down the floor and just jumping all over the defense.
Kicks it to Chandler. Okobo, covered by Wall. Down low. Now here's Oubre. Defense is right there. Pass to Rivers. Shot clock at 6. Out to Morris. The Wizards working the ball around now. From deep. Wall. Rebound by the Suns. Booker's got 5 rebounds tonight. Ariza outside. Fires for 3. And the rebound goes to Howard. Howard's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Outside, Wall. And the wide open shot from Morris. And good, coming off the assist by Wall.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That'll be his second foul of the game. Bradley Beal's checked in for Rivers. And the Suns also making a change. Jackson, he's checked in for Ryan Anderson. Booker against Beal. And the basket is good. 25 points for Devin Booker.
Well, Jackson just sharing the rock there with the teammate. Make the simple play.
And Wall kicks to Beal. Takes the three. And with that, the Phoenix lead is cut down now to just 9 on the basket from Wall.
You know, you hear that A word all the time, aggressive, and sometimes just being that can turn your game around. He's been that in the second half, their go-to guy here.
Howard against Ariza. From deep. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ariza. And this is what the schedule looks like coming up for the Phoenix Suns. They're off to Brooklyn to face off with the Nets. Then on Wednesday, they'll go up against the Magic in Orlando.
And for that matchup with the Thunder, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
The feed to Howard. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
Okobo covered by Wall. Okobo, and another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
And you can sense them just starting to squeeze and shrink this lead a little bit.
Here's Washington. They're on a 12-4 run right now. And Wall kicks to Howard. Back to Wall. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Wall's got 16 points here in the second half.
Are we sure that's the same player, guys? He looks completely different. What confidence he's playing with, and look how engaged he is on both ends.
Timeout called, the Suns. And guys, Dwight Howard, a top 20 all-timer in rebounding, an 8-time All-Star center. Greg, will he be a Hall of Famer someday, you think?
Oh, he's a lock to be a Hall of Famer when you look at those numbers. Not to mention a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, and at his peak, one of the most impactful big men we've seen in the game.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over that last break, I listened to Igor Kokoskov address the team. Even though they're ahead, he said, hey, this lead isn't big enough, not by a long shot. I don't want to sit back and play this one out. I still need some aggression. Guys, back to you.
Here's Jackson. Chandler up top. He feeds it to Booker. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Dwight Howard.
Booker being very active right now on the offensive end. Terrific at getting the defense to knock him around on the way up.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
Devin Booker is flat out a scoring machine. He shoots a pretty decent percentage from everywhere on the floor.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And the Wizards with possession. They're on a 14-6 run. Wall passes to Oubre. Offensive rebound. That one falls. 12 points for Dwight Howard.
Liking how Howard is playing down low tonight, commanding the rock and bullying whoever's guarding him. That's what you want from your big guy.
Passes it to Jackson. Here's Booker. Good work defensively by Morris. And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for Washington. Feeds to Oubre. Chandler with the steal. Booker against Beal. Booker in the post. No good on that one. Now the Wizards take it the other way. Bobbed up there for Howard, and Howard with the stuff.
Dwight Howard's been around a long time, and his poise showed up on that big hoop.
Ariza outside. Inside. It's stolen by Wall. Outside, Beal. Chandler with the block.
Chandler takes his defense seriously. That's what he gets paid for, utilizing his outstanding length to stifle shooters. This is where you got to put a body on the guy. His will is incredible down on the interior, fighting and clawing for every rebound.
Here's Booker. Goes back up. Outside for Jackson. And the pass to Booker. To the middle. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. That's on Dwight Howard.
Tyson Chandler maybe not the first option, but maybe should be. How about that one?
One shot.
And that one falls for Chandler.
Oh, and he caps that off in style. He gets the finish with the harm. Huge possession there to extend the lead.
Wall finds Beal. Over Booker. No good off the back of the rim.
That's like milk on a hot day, just a bad decision. Absolutely no reason for him to be taking those shots.
There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Beal with the block.
Not completely over, but it's getting close.
Yeah, but you still got to play this one out. Near impossible, but I've seen stranger things happen.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. Washington calls timeout. They trail by 8. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Morris passes to Howard. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. It's in! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Shooting 2.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Was sure on those free throws, extending that lead and making it comfortable.
Washington calls timeout. They're trailing by 7. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
And just trying to salvage anything at this point, even if it's just some momentum heading into the next one.
Well, it's all about doing your best with the time that you've been given. It's the only thing really that you can control as a player. So let's see what they decide to run.
We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Satoransky. The three-pointer off the mark. Shamet, Satoransky covering. There's the foul. It's on Mahinmi. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for two.
Landry Shamet taking 2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
He drops the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8. And so he drops them both. It's a 9-point ball game here.
So important to just stay poised, go through your routine. He did a good job there of just keeping his composure and putting those 2 away.
So it's Phoenix picking up the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.